What do you look for in a man or significant other?
Ooh, okay. What I look for in a man is kind eyes. And what I mean by that is just someone who respects you and respects just all human life in general.
Are there ever any deal breakers?
Oh, there's so many of them. I don't know. But I guess just someone who is just kind of too self-absorbed or like cares too much about I mean, I think it's important to care about your physical appearance to an extent, but when you're too over-absorbed with that, or you think that's like the only thing that matters, it's definitely a turn-off. Yeah.
That is a really interesting question. I actually lost my husband in September, so I honestly, right now I'm not looking for anything, but if I were going to be looking for someone, I guess, ever in the future, it'd be someone that makes me laugh and that understands that life is to be lived in the moment and that it's an adventure every day and that you can find fun and quirkiness in the ordinary. And obviously someone that has some ambition and some drive and that would be potentially a good father figure to my kids.
What was it about your husband that made you choose him?
Mike was my high school sweetheart. We met when we were 15 and I fell in love with the fact that he was funny, easygoing, and we just clicked. He got my humor. And then we were apart for 10 years, and when we met later in our late 20s, well, not this way, actually early 20s, I had a daughter, and Mike instantly fell in love with her. He had always said and maintained that even if I had said I didn't want to get married, he would probably have pursued me even harder just because he fell in love with Olivia. And I think that's one of the most attractive things, is to be able to look into someone else's child's eyes and say, you're mine and I love you.
Well, I think in an uncertain world, you're looking for constancy, sincerity, authenticity, accountability, trust, love and respect, humor, passion, tall ordering, all the things actually we lack in the current administration, I would say. If you can think of the antithesis of Trump, that's probably the perfect man.
I look for someone, if I can look into their eyes and see something similar to my own soul, like I was looking in the mirror. Someone who's familiar and someone who can keep up with me. Yeah, and then, yeah, that's it. You just gotta be free. You can't have your own rules. Your mind's your own prison, and the world is so big. You gotta be free with me. That's it.
I mean, looks are nice, but looks are gonna fade, you know. Oh, another one is I look for how the way that they treat other people, especially when nobody's looking.
Tall, good sense of humor, really nerdy is how I'd describe it, is like basically the guys I hang out with, where I hang out with a lot of like nerdier guys where they're very into video games and like their TV shows.
So you are in a relationship right now?
Yeah, this is my beautiful significant other.
So what is it about her that even, so she meets all those things that you just said, what sets her apart from someone else who might have also like met?
That she's the most beautiful spirit inside and out and empathetic, and when she told me she's super empathetic and caring to others and has like thoughtfulness and awareness and insight about her own life and about those around her, is what sets her apart in a one in a million.
It was somebody who was fun, adventurous, and a little on the cocky side. That's pretty much what I looked for and got. Now I regret it. No. I like the cockiness, but it's nice that it kind of calms down once you're married for a while.
I think some important factors would be like, you have to develop trust. So somebody that you're comfortable around and that they're responsible and usually share around the same interests as you. Yeah, I would say something like that.
Any deal breakers?
I I mean, I feel like if you fall in love with a person, you're gonna accept them for who they are, whether, even if they see flaws in themselves, that's kind of like the things that you'll maybe see the beauty in them. So
honestly, just someone who loves unconditionally without, anything stopping them or holding them back, and someone who loves me for my flaws and just for who I am, good days, bad days. Nothing materialistic, just pure emotional, I guess. Someone who's as raw as I am, and like I love unconditionally, I want the same in return.
Cool. Are you in a relationship?
Yes.
You are, and do you have that? Would you say?
Almost. Almost. He has a good heart, and he's probably the only person who's loved me as much as a man has. So I'll give him props.
Obviously, I have to be physically attracted to them, but I have to be emotionally attracted to them.
Have you ever been in a relationship with someone who had all those things?
Yeah.
Was there something unique about them that made you choose them over someone else who might have also had all the same traits?
I have autoimmune liver disease, which is not caused by drugs or anything bad. It's just random and bad luck. And he accepted that. I don't think very many people would stick around for someone who's in the hospital like every 5 seconds. My liver is 80% dead, and I've got about 2 years to live unless my doctor, which is the only doctor that has ever cured my disease, can cure it. So he was willing to stick around for that, but I had forgotten that sometimes when you're leaning on someone all the time, you forget that sometimes you need to be the strong one too.
I look for that he's a follower of Christ and that he loves the Lord and he's a gentleman and southern Texas boy, country boy.
I definitely like to be with creative people. I myself am an artist, so I need someone who understands that process of, it's not just a glamorous lifestyle of being, a creative, artistic person. It's like a lot of like just sitting in with a room with one light and just drawing for hours, and that's important. So I need somebody who understands that. So creativity, self-awareness. I like somebody who's a little geeky and not afraid to be geeky. I just like seeing somebody get excited and passionate about something and not being self-conscious like, oh, is that cool?
What do you look for in a man or significant other?
Que você procura nome ou na sua pessoa especial?
Que seja
To be?
Que seja uma pessoa nobre,
Que with noble-hearted, tender-hearted,
carinhosa e verdadeira.
like, I don't know how to say.
Affectionate?
Affectionate, yeah.
Okay.
True. And true to themselves.
Well, this hunk right here, I mean, I'm engaged to him, but someone who is compatible with me and full of life and caring and compassionate and creative and attractive, of course, and hardworking and dedicated, loyal. Yeah.
That's awesome. Can I ask a follow-up question?
Sure.
Was there something unique about him that made you choose him over someone else who might have had those same qualities?
I think just his personality and how when I met him I instantly felt comfortable with him and he could make me laugh and yeah.
What do you look for in a man or a significant other?
A cute butt. No, I'm just kidding. I look for somebody who's really, really fun, because you can be as beautiful as you want to be, but if you're not really, really fun, then who cares?
Good answer.
And a cute butt. Just kidding. Sorry.
You're not kidding though.
No.